Watch us play Sonic Shuffle coming soon, thanks to this 4th Dreamcast controller. As you can see, it's black, and this feels, the A button definitely feels a little worn out. At least the rubbery thing under there does, but oh well. It even came with a box, which is actually nice. Isn't that kind of a lazy way to determine that this is the charcoal controller? Just putting a sticker there? Couldn't have said, they couldn't put in text saying, like, charcoal controller, maybe that as well. Although on the side, it says that it's the color gray, but then here it says, like, oh, charcoal. But yeah, it's really cool to have this, and even the box is nice bonus, so yeah. Pretty much from here on out, for at least a little bit, the most Dreamcast games that I'll be getting will be 4 players, because I want to put all 4 of these controllers that I have to use. Anyways, I got Cheats and Codes Volume 1 for Dreamcast games. It's interesting how the disc itself is a black disc, kind of like PS1 games, and it also says, oh, Cheats and Codes Volume 2, which I don't think ever happened, at least on the Dreamcast it didn't. But yeah, it's a cheating disc, for a lot of these games, which I don't even own any of these except for Sonic Adventure. Just shows how piss poor my Dreamcast collection is. But the main reason why I wanted it is because it actually lets you play imports. You pop the disc in, you take it out at a certain time, you put in your import, and it will work. Which is awesome, and this was like $3, so this was a very, very good deal. So I decided, well, let's get an import game. Let's give this thing some life. So here's my import game. Ganon. Yeah. So, yeah, check that out. The cover art on the front is the same as the cover art on the back. Crazy. Also, it's like VGA compatible, so you can listen to like these two girls talk in like 480, or at least in very good quality. But yeah, Ganon is just another one of those visual novel games that's like impossible to play because, I don't understand shit. There is an English translation, I believe, for the PC version. And supposedly, I believe this game is actually kind of relatively popular in Japan. It even this game even spun off an anime series. So yeah, and it's not like Night Truth Maria. There actually are times where you can pick, where you want to go and stuff. Or what you're going to do, or what you're going to say, whatever. Point is, you're doing something. And the music's actually pretty good. So, yeah. At the very least, I can admire the production values of this game. Whatever. This has been a first. It's been a while since I got a American, Sega Saturn game. This is a Cyber Speedway. Unfortunately, it's a bit cracked, but, the hinges are still fine, which is a fucking miracle. But, judging by the cover, yeah, it is a racing game. As you can see here, you race in this, like, futuristic, sort of area, or land, or time, whatever. It's a pretty good game. It's a little basic, but, for what it is, it's fun. It's just, enjoyable. And, it's cool how they have, like, you can have different stats, like you can have your special to be a boost, to be a shield, or to be a weapon. So it's not that basic, but it's actually pretty good for what it is. But the one thing interesting about it is that it says this right here: features music by the Bygone Dogs. Now, the thing is, there's no trademark by the Bygone Dogs, and I researched the Bygone Dogs, and from what I can gather, I'm pretty sure that they only ever made music for this game. They're a band that probably doesn't exist outside of this game, so they only ever made music for this. So why the hell would they be using that as a selling point when, they're not even a thing? I mean, if you had music from, like, the Beatles, or AC/DC, or Pink Floyd, or Rolling Stones, then, brag about it, yeah. But, like, I don't know, I don't get that. But Cyber Speedway, pretty cool game. It's also apparently the spiritual successor to a PC game called Cyber Race. So, yeah, there you go. If you remember in the last episode, I talked about a really cool Japanese Saturn game I got here, and here it is. Daytona Twinby Yahoo Deluxe Pack. Granted, it's not cool in the sense that it's so rare, I'm so lucky to have it. No, it's cool because it's just a really, cool game. It's essentially just two Twinby games. I believe they are Detana Twinby and Twinby Yahoo. You know, one of them is more fast-paced, the other one's more, you know, like, easygoing, I guess. Both games are actually pretty easy, you know, not as hard as Poppin' Twinby on the Super Famicom, but, you know, this is still pretty damn nice for what it is, actually. And, yeah, it was like $30 though, so it was a bit pricey, because, you know, I had to save up a lot of money, but, you know, it's cool to have another Saturn game that isn't just some, like, impossible to play visual novel that I, for some reason, get amusement out of. So yeah, very cool to have this. But then I got this! Whoa, what is this, you're asking? Well, it's, Tokimeki Memorial, Selection Fujisaki She OT, I believe. Because, you know, right there. Oh my fucking god, will you focus, you stupid camera? Okay, but trust me, it's something like that. It even says here, Fujisaki She OT. Although I believe this girl's first name is She OT, not Fujisaki. Fucking, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, but whatever. This was cheap. This was like $5, and I've sometimes seen this game go for like 20 to 25 with like tax and shipping. So I was like, although I don't really care a whole lot, I might as well get it, you know, while it's, you know, still kind of, you know, cheap, because maybe this game's going up in value. It's also by Konami, so that's kind of interesting. The game itself is like, it's, you know, that's mostly the game. That's the most part. Okay, that's what I would call a game the most out of the whole thing. That's like the most game-like thing, is what I'm trying to say. It's like this, fucking rock, paper, scissors thing that allows you to unlock artwork. And you also got these, like, mini visual novel story things, like, right here. There's also, like, 2 music videos which shows this character in, like, the real world and stuff. But they actually, like, animated, you know, they used an animation and real world footage, which is actually kind of cool. And it's also just got some random stills and stuff, and yeah, not terribly exciting of a game, but it's still actually kind of cool to have, you know. And for some reason I wanted it. So yeah. Okay. Alright. Here's the only cartridge-based thing I got so far. This is Super Smash Bros. For Nintendo 3DS, and I'm not gonna rant about how much I despise that name, but, you know, yeah, the fact that it has the Nintendo slapped on just makes this title even more unnecessarily long. But the game itself, it's great, okay? It's actually better than I expected, really, because at first I was kind of like, why the fuck are they making Smash Bros. For 3DS? Don't they want to sell Wii U's, especially with all the horror stories about, like, Wii U's not selling? But then I played and I'm like, okay, it is actually pretty cool to play Smash Bros. On the go. Smash Run, wherever it is, it's somewhere here. Yeah, Smash Run, that is pretty rad, I'm not gonna lie, that is pretty damn rad. Obviously, like, you know, but it's kind of like that weird, transition. It's kind of like that, you know, black sheep of the series, because for the longest time, you know, Super Smash Bros. Was on consoles, and, you know, for a long time, it was debating about, you know, whether Melee or Brawl was better. And, you know, now it's kind of like, I guess it's kind of like whether Smash Wii U, Brawl, or fucking Melee is better, but, you know, Smash 4 Wii U is the best one in my opinion, and in many people's opinions. But this is, you know, again, it's pretty good, you know, it works out really well. Granted, my hands do get a little cramped because I still have the original 3DS, but it's very, you know, nice to have this, and it was actually, you know, turned out really well. This is a damn fine game. Damn fine game. And here we have PacMan Fever for the GameCube. It's been a while since I bought a GameCube game, but yeah, it's essentially a party game. I played this, you know, briefly. I'd probably play it more, but I, you know, need to get people over. I played this like once with Jason, and he enjoyed it probably more than I did. It's not bad, but, you know, Sonic Shuffle is just better. I mean, granted, Mario Party is better than both of these games, but, you know, yeah, you basically just go on a board and, you know, get to the end of the, you know, board before anyone else does. And you occasionally play mini games, and, you know, yeah, so it's not like there's any really power stars like in Mario Party. It's just kind of its own thing. But, you know, it's cool to have a GameCube game finally. And, or another GameCube game, you know, because, yeah, look at all those GameCube games. It also has the manual for Pets Dogs 2 for some reason on the DS. No comment. Okay, Uncharted Drake's Fortune on the PS3. Really happy to have this. It's finally nice to complete the Uncharted trilogy on the PS3 because I really, really, really like the Uncharted series. I haven't beaten any of the games, but it's just like so fun. It's just so likable. The worlds, you know, the story. Nathan Drake's a cool character. It's just, I really like Uncharted. You know, I just think it's a hell of a lot of fun. Granted, I do think that the shooting sections, the one where you gotta shoot down all those motherfuckers, is kind of like more annoying than fun because of the PS3's like slippery as hell joysticks, but you know, Uncharted's just really good overall, and I'm excited for Uncharted 4, A Thief's End, if I ever get a PS4. And I got some PS2 games, Shinobi. You know, it's a game that I've wanted ever since it was talked about in GameSack, the episode Same Name Different Game 2. And, yeah, if you watch GameSack, then you'll know what this is about. It's basically you just, you know, attack a bunch of enemies and then move on to the next area and attack more enemies. It gets really freaking annoying around, like, the fourth world, I believe. But, you know, even though it may seem repetitive, it's actually fun for what it is. It actually really is. I'm so glad that I have this, to have a PS2 game that I, you know, legitimately enjoy to play. And I'm not saying that, like, oh, the PS2 has, like, shit games. No, it's just my current collection, you know, has a lot of games that I don't really care about all that much, and I can't see myself playing all that much, so it's really cool to have this. Then we have Triggerman, which this game fucking sucks. Holy shit, does this game suck. I mainly have this because, you know, I was at a store. It wasn't a video game store, it was like a computer store, and they had PS2 games, and this was literally the only thing of interest. And, yes, it's a very clunky, slow, non-enjoyable, third-person shooter that has production values of a Nintendo 64 game. It's just that it looks prettier because, you know, I'm using component cables. It's also the first PS2 game that I ever got that was ever brand new, so that's kind of a milestone. But, yeah, it'll make a good watch as play, but, like, goddamn, this game blows. And then this is real interesting. The Kinect. Yeah, finally got a Kinect. It's something I've been kind of wanting for some time now, but, you know, I never really thought of the courage or the time or the, you know, basically I never built up the courage to actually ask for one of these because, you know, they were expensive, but got this at a Target that was closing down for like $70, and it came with Kinect Adventures. Not this specific copy, it came with like a, like one in like this shitty ass cardboard case, so, you know, I had to go out and buy an actual case. And I got some other games with it, Just Dance 2014, which this is the main reason why we have the Kinect, is because my mom wanted to play this game, and she's only played this like once so far, and I've only played this once. It's a game I do not really give a shit about, but it's nice to have a game for the Kinect, and you know, it could have made a really funny watch us play, but obviously a lot of this music's copyrighted, so yeah, I can't do a watch us play on this. Kinect Adventures is also pretty fun for what it is. And of course I had to get Sonic Free Riders, which is in terrible shape. Just look at that, man, cover art. I played this a little bit. I played it a decent amount more at my cousin's house when I went to visit them back in May. And yeah, I actually do enjoy this game. I can't win at it for the fucking life of me, but at least when I played it there, you know, it was decently responsive and kind of fun. It sure as hell tires me out, but, you know, I hate, like, the cutscenes. I hate how they're, like, still frames and they're not animated. It looks, like, really low budget. And, you know, I still don't really care for Roger Craig Smith as Sonic the Hedgehog. But, yeah, it's actually not too bad, actually. Like, I can see myself getting into this more than the first Sonic Riders, but even so, I still think Sonic Free Riders is the best one. But it's finally nice to scratch this game off the list, because it was kind of haunting me. Alright, I better stop this soon, so, yeah.